The 2012 election is finally over, and you may know who your elected officials are, but do you know how Needham residents voted in the 2012 election? Here's Natalie Guthrie with the results.
The 2012 election saw people from across the nation hit the polls in record numbers. Needham had about 83% voter turnout, and although there were several ballot machine malfunctions, the town clerk and poll workers pushed through. President Barack Obama reclaimed another 4 years in the Oval Office, while his opponent, Mitt Romney, saw his home state's 11 electoral votes escape his grasp. In Needham, Obama and Biden received nearly 60% of the votes, while only 38% of the votes went to Romney and Ryan. In a tightly contested Senate race, Elizabeth Warren, a bankruptcy expert and Harvard law professor, defeated one-term incumbent Scott Brown. Warren becomes the Bay State's first female senator. In Needham, Warren received about 52% of the votes, while Brown received 47%. Joseph Kennedy III won in the 4th Congressional District, beating Sean Ballot, a businessman and Marine reservist. Kennedy, who fills the seat vacated by Barney Frank, is the grandson of the late Robert Kennedy. Kennedy garnered about 61% of the votes here in Needham. In other contested races, Democrat Robert Jubenville beat Republican Earl Shawley for the 2nd District Governor's Council seat. Jubenville received 8,581 votes in Needham to Earl Shawley's 5,119 votes. Voters also had the opportunity to voice their opinion on several statewide ballot questions. Question 1, the Massachusetts Right to Repair Initiative asks voters, should automakers be required to give owners access to the same diagnostic and repair information that dealers and authorized repair facilities have? The question passed statewide and garnered 12,504 yes votes in Needham, while 1,643 opposed the measure. Question 2, the Massachusetts Death with Dignity Initiative would legally allow a doctor to prescribe medication at a terminally ill patient's request to end that patient's life. 8,573 Needham voters felt that physicians should be able to prescribe life-ending medication, and 7,595 voted against the issue. However, district-wide, the measure failed, with 51% of Massachusetts voters opposing the measure. A ballot initiative allowing the medical use of marijuana was also approved. 9,865 Needham residents agreed with a yes vote, while 6,231 Needham residents voted no. Needham voters also joined several other communities across Massachusetts to vote on a non-binding question. About 59% of Needham voters voted in favor of question 4, while 21% voted against the measure. And about 62% of Needham voters voted in favor of question 5, while 17% voted against that measure. In addition to the regular state ballot, Needham voters had a ballot question for a special town election that asked whether to lift the town's status as a mostly dry town. Needham voters overwhelmingly voted in favor of the measure, with 12,181 yes votes and 4,636 people voting against it. The Board of Selectmen is already aiming to put together a draft of the local alcohol bylaws by November 14th, when the town will hold a public hearing about those proposed regulations. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Natalie Guthrie.